Hi everyone, so I'm doing something different today. I'm going to do a very brief video for you because I feel like I needed to speak this first more than anything. And what's driven me to this is that over this past week I have been sent on my network a brilliant YouTube video of Professor Sam Vaknin, who's an expert. He's an Israeli writer and expert on psychology and business, but he's also known for his work in narcissism and personality disorders and abuse. And this, I hate to say it, but this is a subject that's quite close to my heart, having had experience of a lot of narcissistic leadership in my career, experience of it, and also it's in my family system as well. What joy. So I just wanted to speak to this, and I'm going to put a link for the YouTube video so you can play it, but it's I think it's a good hour and a half, so it's quite a long one, so you might not want to listen to all of it yet, I don't know, but I just wanted to speak to it really. And he starts off by saying the relationship between the leader, the autocratic, authoritarian leader, and the collective they are leading is utterly deterministic. Like predestination, there's nothing they can do about it, which is a bit depressing, isn't it? However, he does go on to talk about the cycle of, if you like, what's going to now happen, or certainly what typically happens in this scenario, and I thought that was really useful. So I wanted to say a little bit about this because one of the key things that he says, which really landed with me, was that an authoritarian, autocratic leader's purpose is to destroy. They can only destroy. That's what their intention is. That's what their raison d'etre is. That's their purpose. And so the reason he says that they destroy is because it's a lot easier to destroy than it is to create and rebuild. So that's what they love to do, because if you like, there's far less chance of failure in destruction than there is in collaboration, creation, building, etc. And that really speaks to me. And I've certainly had a lot of experience of leaders who, autocratic authoritarian leaders who've been recruited in at senior levels, and what they've done is destroy. And it's quite a difficult one sometimes to get your head round. And if we're not careful, we get entangled in it because we want to save it, rescue. So it kind of can often trigger us to wanting to do something about it, rather than accept that this need for destruction, there is no way we could convince that person any other way of looking at the world. That's the way they see the world. So he talks a little bit about that, and he also, depressingly at the end, says that he believes that, like, after this cycle there'll be another one and another one. And I just also wanted to say that my thoughts on that is that I do believe that what's emerging now is something different. In terms of what I'm seeing is this need to build community connection. And I do think that those of us who've been on this journey for quite some time now, in terms of building much closer connections, collaboration, understanding things systemically, wanting to move towards healthy systems, is something different in the world. And although we can look back in history and say we can see the cycles of the authoritarian and autocratic leadership, and of course the law would be there, it's part of the system that we are, our human system. However, I do genuinely believe that the work that we're doing, for instance, as elders, in building communities and connecting to wisdom, and I'm talking about Sophia wisdom, and I'll be saying more about that in the newsletters and going forward, is something new. It's a new level of consciousness on the planet, and so that's the work that we as elders are doing. So we must not lose faith or hope in the work that we're striving to do. So I hope you get a chance to watch the video, and I'd be really interested in any thoughts, views on it going forward, because I do think we're all going to have a very big crash lesson in navigating this destruction.